First and foremost, I just want to thank God.
Campbell across the middle. Parris Campbell got the big time speed. There he goes. Campbell off to the races.
I'm locked in today.
The fleet-footed wide receiver missed more than half the 2019 season with an assortment of injuries that limited his action.
I just want to say God is good, man. God is good, man. I don't even really know what to say. I'm really at a loss for words. I'm really talking to the people, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you though, because you're a world champ, man. You can do whatever you want, man.
World champ. Man, I'm sweating. I am Parris Campbell, Super Bowl champion, currently a member of the Dallas Cowboys, former Ohio State Buckeye, the Ohio State Buckeye, kid from Akron, but most importantly, a follower of Jesus Christ.
Who are you performing for? Not the crowd, not the algorithm, not the applause. We live for an audience of one. Every penny of every purchase funds documentary ministry. Create for the creator.
Me and my mom, we lived on the south side of Akron. You know, it was tough. We used to have people try to break into our house. Person did break into our house one time and stole like some game systems and TVs and stuff like that. Different crimes each and every day. A lot of crime actually just got even worse. Like my whole main thing was like, I didn't know how it was gonna happen. I'm like, I gotta get out of Akron somehow, some way. I feel like when you do make it out, or you are called to make it out, it's like you got a different calling, you got a different target on your back, you got a different purpose. Credit to my mom, man. She really held it down for me. You know, single parent home. I never wanted for anything. She made sure I had the best of anything. And me and my dad, like we had like an on and off relationship. I thank God that just recently, like we rekindled, which I'm so grateful for. But my mom made sure I had the right mindset, the right frame, and you know, she built me up. But yeah, we went to one of those churches that was like, if it started at 11, you're not leaving till at least 2:30. So, and that was part of the reason too. I'm like, bro, like, come on, like, what are we doing? Like, it's Sunday, I'm trying to get some gaming in, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Track was actually the first sport that my mom put me in. And honestly, it was my first love, man. Sports-wise, it was my first love. I think my first year, I qualified for Junior Olympics. And then, honestly, don't think there was a time that I ever missed Junior Olympics. I started playing football when I was 7 years old, if I'm not mistaken, 7 or 8. And at first, I hated football. Like, I just wanted to run. I was a runner. And the first day of pads, doing hitting drills, like the hitting drills where you lay on your back, they blow the whistle, you stand up and just go smack the man across you. Like, I hated that. Like, I didn't want any part of the contact. Like, nothing about that was me. Like, I didn't think that was fun. It was like my first couple of practices, I came home and I'm like, Mom, like, football is not for me. I don't want to hit people. I don't like contact. And my mom's famous quote was, I already bought these cleats, so you're not quitting. So, like, I was in a bind. Like, it wasn't much I could do. Like, my mom had already spent the money on the cleats. She made it clear to me that I wasn't quitting. You know, she was just instilling it into me at a young age. It's like, whatever you start, you're gonna finish. I'm not raising a quitter. I started to like it when I figured out that people can't tackle what they can't catch. So, bro, I took the same mindset of if me in the blocks trying to beat the guy next to me, my left and my right, I'm trying to get to the finish line as fast as possible and beat them. Just took the same mindset to football. Like, when I started playing football and I realized that I was good at it, I just always saw the NFL. Like, I never saw college. Like, growing up, like, yeah, it was a cool thing to say, like, yeah, I want to go to Ohio State. I want to go to Ohio State. I want to go to Ohio State. That was just a cool thing to say. And for obviously, once I started getting recruited, the Ohio State thing became real and college became real. But, like, growing up, I just always saw the league. Me and Dante Booker were the two, like, top players in that class, freshman-wise, going to St. V. And I remember, like, we had, like, three freshman practices. And then the third practice, I remember head coach Borman coming out there, and we were all out there running sprints or something like that. And they pulled Dante over to like the varsity's about to come on the field, so they pull him over and take him over there. And I remember this like it was yesterday. I'm looking like, yo, you forget one. Like I need to be over there too. Like I don't like. You can ask my mom. Like I was like heated. I was so mad, bro. I was so mad because I thought I was good enough to play on varsity. And fast forward whatever to the end of freshman year, they ended up calling me up to varsity for like the playoff run. I think that created a little bit of chip on my shoulder for sure. So I actually started getting recruited late. And funny story, it was actually I started getting recruited basically because of Dante. Ohio State was coming to see Dante in the state championship game. And my older friend of mine, Durant Grant, was at Ohio State at the time. And he was on the sidelines, and he came up to me pregame, and he was like, just letting you know, like, oh, stay here, like show out, like you've been hooping all year, like just show out. And bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like I guess I was so far removed from the college team just because my recruiting process it wasn't, like I had a little bit of interest, but it wasn't anything like Dante's. And so like Durant telling me that, okay, yeah, like Ohio State's here at the game, like show out. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna show out anyway, like whether they was here or not. Like I'm trying to win the game. Bro, like first 3 plays of the game, I take a handoff up the sideline for like 70. And then second quarter, we switch fields. I take another like long run up the sideline right where Urban Meyer is standing. And you can literally go back in footage right now and you can see like as I run by him, he like steps out to like look at me like run by. And he's like, I'm walking back and he's like looking at me, like following me the whole way back. And bro, that's when my recruiting process popped off. I think obviously we ended up winning the game. I think I ended up rushing for like 4 touchdowns, had like 160, something crazy. But like that was like the moment for me. But it wasn't cause like they was coming to see Parris Campbell, like he just had this great season. Nah, they was coming to see one of my teammates and I just happened to ball. It's just like one of those things where like the Lord just ordained things, bro. And it's like when it's your time, it's your time. When it's your moment, it's your moment. Nobody can take it from you. But I think it just grew that chip. Like that chip just kept growing. Just at every level of football. Like so Pee-wee, I wanted to quit. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like contact. High school, when we got to freshman year and I seen that I wasn't going on varsity freshman year, I told my mom, like, I don't think I want to play no more. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just like every level up until that point, it was like I started down here, but I had to work my way up. I worked my way up, but it was just like everything was like a puzzle piece the whole time. I just fitting in. But I had to see certain things happen the way they happened. So when I got to that point, I kind of knew how to handle it. It was right before senior year season started. I went to Ohio State. This was like probably my 3rd or 4th time going up there. And Urban Meyer pulled me and my mom in his office. He was like, I want to offer you a full-time scholarship. And bro, I committed on spot. Like, didn't waste no time. I was like, yes, this is where I want to go to school at. Like, he was like, you for sure? I'm like, 100%, sign me up. Like, this is where I'm coming to school. So I literally, any other school that was about to offer me or, close to, like, cut it off. Like, I don't even want to hear. And it was kind of cool to like kind of get it out the way, like right before senior year, because I wanted to go back senior year and have another crazy year. Like, I wanted to do it again. I wanted to show people, oh, this wasn't no fluke. Like, this is really me. Once I committed to Ohio State, I was decked out in Ohio State every day at school. I'm wearing Ohio State's Letterman jackets to school. Like I was on top of the world. You know what I mean? And that was a real cool part of my life for sure. Shoot, I don't have a whole lot of recollection of like remembering any like specific like spiritual moment of my life in high school. And it kind of almost like pained me to say that, but it's just like, dang, if I would have known him how I know him now back then, what would my life look like now? You know what I mean? And how many more people that I could have touched. It was kind of still like my mom and my grandma were leading it, because if I had a certain situation, like my first immediate reaction wasn't to pray. My first immediate reaction was to call them. And then then we would pray together about it. Something. I was using them as quote unquote middlemen to get to Jesus or to talk to Jesus. I couldn't go to him directly. When I graduated from St. V, I was only 16. And so when I stepped on campus, I was 16. And I just remember getting there, like going through the workouts and stuff. And you know how some guys go early. So a lot of guys in my class went early. So I'm getting there. I'm like, these dudes jacked up, buff. Like, I'm like, bro, what's going on? What meal did I miss? Or what workout did I miss? It was a different lifestyle, different ball, like faster play, like just everything. It was just so different. And similar to other years in my life, like I got there and I was just like, nah, maybe I do need to go to Akron because this ain't it. Like, I kid you not, bro. I literally told my mom, I said, I'm transferring. She was like, well, where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna transfer? I'm like, sure, I'm about to come back home. I'm about to go to Akron. She was like, Parris, there's no way that you're going to the University of Akron. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's just no way. Like, it goes back to the same thing in Pee Wee. I bought these cleats. You're gonna finish. That was like my first taste of like really like depression and anxiety. Like, I was depressed. I remember I would have these like crazy dreams, bro. I was having dreams about stuff happening to the Woody. I was having dreams about stuff happening to me. Like, I would get in a car accident or I'd get in a plane crash. Like, just these crazy events. I remember calling my mom one day and like telling her about everything. And she just started praying over the phone. And I'm like bawling, bro. Cause like, it was crazy. Like, I was able to realize that was kind of just like a spiritual moment for me. You know what I mean? And like those those like dreams and nightmares that I was having, like that was like the enemy, like trying to like plant just seeds in my head of like destruction and negativity and like just trying to get me down because I was already down. So just trying to like continue to pull me down. You know, the devil works in these just like precise moves. So like he had me in a place where I was unaware of what was going on. And so I was thinking I was like crazy. Like, I was thinking that I was going crazy. Like, I just had like something was wrong with me. There was one practice, I got reps with like the ones and I got like 3 or 4 plays with them. And like 2 plays in a row, they threw me the ball. But the ball bounced right out my hand. 2 drops right in a row. I go back to stand on the sideline. Urban Meyer, kid you not, he comes up to me, leans into my ear. He says, Parris, I think you should have went D2. Bro, what? I should have went D2? That was like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I was like fuming. I was so mad. I was pissed. Urban's tactics were like, I'm gonna break you down and build you up, and I'm gonna test you to see how you respond, and that's gonna show me if you're a man or not. By no means was it rainbows and flowers when I first got there at all. Compared to the first year, it was night and day. Our first game of the season versus Virginia Tech, I started as technically a freshman in that game. I remember like it was yesterday. We was playing Virginia Tech. Cardell Jones is the quarterback. Braxton Miller is at receiver. And we have a premier look. It's a blitz zero look. No safeties deep. And I got a post route. Run a post route, stick, kill the DB. I'm wide open. Cardell, shoot the ball to me. I'm on the freaking 4-yard line. If I catch it, I fall in the end zone touchdown. Right through my hands. Something like this happened every single level. Right? And so to me at this point, it was like, I gotta bounce back. But in a moment, I was just distraught. Like, I was mad, I was embarrassed. National TV, that was my first time being exposed to like social media and how just people talk on social media about you. Bro, I was getting like slaughtered. Like, I'm talking near death threats. I remember Stephen A hopping on the broadcast the next morning, and he's like, oh, Parris Campbell, like, you gotta catch that. And I'm just like, dang, like, I was just like so embarrassed. But it added to that chip. And I worked my butt off that year in terms of like just getting on the jugs, doing like putting in extra work, like working catching drills and things like that. Like, I was like so determined. I'm like, bro, like the next time I'm on this stage, like it's not like I'm not dropping that. I feel like college was the toughest part, like to deal with, like dealing with having to wait and kind of work my way up, because I'm like, man, I'm trying to go to the league. So when things are going slow on that stage, it's like, hey, I don't, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen, because I mean, like, you look at the percentages of people who, play high school football. It's like this big number of people who play high school football, and then that number is chopped in freaking half to the people who play college football, and then that number is chopped in half to people that play in the league. It was like, all right, time ticking. Like, something gotta happen. Something gotta, But I would say too, that's kind of where my faith started to develop a little bit, because I was being patient and I was having to work my way up. And I want to say the start of my personal relationship with the Lord, because it was like I was praying in those moments. Now I might have just been praying for things, but I was praying in those moments. I'm like, Lord, I don't know what you're doing, but I know it's your timing, it's your plan, it's your will. No, this is like actual faith, like you said, like genuine faith, like putting faith in Jesus that he's gonna make a move and do something for me on my behalf. And so, yeah, that was kind of like what started it all for me. I would say I did have it all going on, especially at the beginning of my junior year. The spring ball before junior year season was really like where I started to like just take off. Just being a dude, like I was on top of the world. I'm like, bro, I'm at Ohio State, I'm the guy, like, you know what I'm saying, balling, making plays. I remember going to my mom and like talking to my mom about it, like, yo, like me and Taylor are thinking about, you know, moving in together, you know, this is serious, like we're getting serious. And my mom's only words was, okay, but y'all better not have no babies. Like, straight face, like no joking. I'm smiling now, but she wasn't joking. Like, you better not have no babies. We get to I want to say week 6 or 7, playing Rutgers at Rutgers. Bro, random night, we're chilling in our apartment, chilling, and we're sitting there, we're watching something on TV. I forget what we're watching, but I'm like, Tay, you need to go get a pregnancy test. And she was like, what? She was like laugh, like just laugh at me. I'm like, no, like what? I'm not going to get a pregnancy test. I'm like, nah, you need to go get a pregnancy test. Got a pregnancy test, came back, sitting in the bathroom, bro. Like one of the scariest moments of my life. Taking the test, sitting there looking at the thing, and so like it's 2 lines. It's 2 lines if you're pregnant, and so like it goes, and then 1 line pops up. So it says 1 line, it says not pregnant. So I'm like, okay, cool, like we good. Time to go up a little bit further. Thing loading up some more. And the 2nd line pop up. Bro, I dropped to the floor. Me and Taylor didn't say a word to each other for the rest of the night. And so the next day, go to practice, go to class, stressed out. And so me and Taylor are like talking about things like, yo, like, what are we about to do? Cause I told Taylor straight up, I'm like, first of all, I'm not telling my mom that you're pregnant. Like, I'm not telling, like, that's a death sentence. I'm not telling her that you're pregnant. I never did anything to like upset my mom. Like, yeah, I might have did some stuff like in high school, like whatever, staying out late, but like, I never really did anything to like upset her. You know what I mean? And so I was just like, that was out of the window for me. Like, bringing my family into this situation, that was completely out of the window for me. So, and I told her that. Like, I was completely transparent. I'm like, I'm not telling a soul. I want to say this was the Wednesday or Thursday after the Rutgers game, because I went to the Rutgers game knowing that she was pregnant. Like, bro, I was freaking out because my girlfriend's pregnant. My mom doesn't know. My family doesn't know. Her family doesn't know. My mom's in the stands. I'm like, she's sitting with her. I don't know, like, if she up there, like, you know what I mean? Like, just panicking. NFL scouts are at the game. This is my junior year where I'm really taking off. So I'm like, just in a whirlwind. So after the game, we ended up calling the Planned Parenthood, making the appointment and all that stuff. We're going to our appointment at Planned Parenthood. So we're driving on the highway the whole time. I'm like, something is speaking to me, and I'm just hearing like, no. And so we get to the Planned Parenthood, pull up, park, literally about to get out the car, and I'm like, Tay, I'm like, we're not going there. She's like, what? I'm like, no, like, we're not going in. I like, if we do this, I don't know what our lives are supposed to look like. Like, I don't know what our lives are going to look like with this baby. I don't know what our lives are supposed to look like. But if we do this, whatever it's supposed to look like and whatever this baby is supposed to be, it's not going to be. So we get back to the apartment, and me and Taylor decided, I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Let's tell our family. And so Taylor, she calls her mom first, tells her, and her mom, like, obviously was like, okay, like, no, like, wasn't expecting this, but like, at the same time, she was like, okay, like, we're gonna figure it out, like, get through it. It's my turn to call my mom. Call her on FaceTime, bro. So I call her on FaceTime. She pops up on the screen, bro. I just start bawling, like, immediately. Like, as soon as I seen her face, like, I literally couldn't face the music of telling her that. So like, I just start bawling, and Like you would think that I would have hope after Taylor just talked to her mom and like things kind of went semi good. Like they didn't go all the way good, but they went semi good. I'm like, maybe my mom, you know what I'm saying? Nah. My mom kept it real with me. My mom was like, I'm gonna need a couple days to process this. I'll call you back. And like me, like that wasn't what I wanted to hear, but I think it's what I needed to hear. And me and my mom went 3 whole days without talking, and that's not likely. At least sending a text daily, like we talk every day. Well, she texted me. She was like, "Give me a call when you can." So I'm nervous to call. I don't know what she gonna say. I don't know what's going on. So I call her, and that was the best phone call of my life. My mom was like, "I did some praying, some talking to the Lord, and we're gonna get through this. We're gonna figure it out." She said, ultimately, you guys are bringing my first ever grandchild into the world. And I'm getting chills right now. She's like, you're bringing my first ever grandchild into the world. And that is a blessing. She's like, that is an entirely blessing. Like that is something that you do not take lightly. And she's like, Parris, I'm going to support you and Taylor to the utmost. And that's exactly what she did. She supported us. My mom, my family, Taylor's mom, her family, like they had our backs like through it all. Something that I thought was the worst thing that could ever happen to me in that point of my college career, trying to go to the league and do things, like it turned out to be the best thing. I wanted to cement a legacy at Ohio State. Like I felt like, yeah, I had a good year my junior year, but I'm like, if I come back to Ohio State, they're not gonna remember me like I want to be remembered. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I was praying my butt off because it was just so much going on, and I'm about to be a dad, gotta make this decision, and just everything. Like, I don't know what school is gonna look like. I'm about to have a baby at home. I don't know what practice is doing. Like, I don't know what that dynamic is gonna look like. And this is like I said, like why my senior year is when I really got my personal relationship with the Lord, because man, he was just, even when I didn't know he was with me just through all of that. Fast forward to when my son Kai was born. So he was born with some complications. We get to delivery day, and we're at the hospital, and Taylor's in labor. So she goes into labor. She's in labor for 26, 27 hours. So we're going through, she's talking to Taylor, Taylor's pushing, whatever. She's talking to me, she's like, all right, when I deliver the baby, do you want to like guide him up, or you want to hold him and take him to him? I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely, because I'm down there, bro. I'm in action. Like, I'm trying to see, this is my firstborn child. I'm trying to see everything go on. And so, boom, Kai comes out, but it's only his head. Like, so his head is like stuck for like a legit like 5 minutes. But like the way that the doctor is like handling him, his like head is like just hanging there, bro. And I'm like, this is not right. Like something like this just looks bad. I've never seen a baby come out, but I'm sure that this is not supposed to look like this. And so, boom, they end up getting him out. So the umbilical cord is wrapped around his neck like 6 times. So they got to unwrap the umbilical cord. So, and then the doctor just like kind of like plops him in my hand. I don't know like how to hold a baby. So I'm like, okay, I kind of told him like a football. So I'm like guiding him up to Taylor, like to get him like to her so she can hold him and like coddle him. Bro, he's dead silent. I'm looking at him, he's like blue. And like I put him on Taylor's chest, and he like slides down her chest. He's lifeless. Like he's not breathing. Like, usually babies come out, they start screaming. That never happened. And probably like 5 seconds goes by, and like stat goes over the loudspeakers. So like they're yelling stat, bro. Like 12 doctors run in. They grab Kai, take him to an incubator over in the corner of the room, and they're resuscitating him because he's not breathing. And the doctor looks at me, and she's like, "What's your son's name?" I'm like, "His name's Kai." I'm bawling. She's like, just start to say your son's name. Just start to say your son's name. Whole time, me and my mom are already sitting there like praying, like, Lord, like please, like whatever you gotta do, like just get him to breathe, And so I start saying his name. I'm like, Kai, Daddy's here. Kai, Daddy's here. Daddy's here. And he just takes this like big gasp of air, bro. It was crazy. And he lets out this like loud cry. And so, boom, they brought him back to life because he was lifeless. Like he had no heartbeat, he was never breathing, like he was lifeless. The condition he was born with is its abbreviation is HIE. And so he had brain damage on his frontal lobe, he had bleeding on the front of his brain. So we walk into a room, it's, I kid you not, like 40 doctors in there, bro. It's like a Grey's Anatomy episode. And the head doctor, he comes up to me. There's either we do nothing and kind of just see if the blood on his brain subdues and kind of stops, or they have this thing called like a cooling process where they place the babies in an incubator on basically like a cooling sheet that goes underneath them, but it drops their body temperature to hypothermia levels. And so he tells me those two options. He's like, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If you do option one and you do nothing, there's a 50-50 chance that your son won't be here tomorrow. Or if you do this, there's also a 50% chance that your son won't be here tomorrow. I'm 20 years old, just got done my junior year, just made the decision to go back to school for my 5th year. And, you know, my girlfriend at the time is not there with me. I'm over there by myself, me and my mom. And so, like, just, bro, it's just so much going on. But, like, I'm in tears, but I'm, like, just, like, kind of, like, praying the entire time. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. But, Lord, just make it right. So Taylor ends up gets to come over to the hospital. And just, like, that was, like, the worst 3 days of our lives. Like, because we didn't know what to expect. Like, I had a doctor 2 days ago tell me that there's a 50-50 chance at the end of this he still won't survive. It was just a whirlwind of events. And so we get to the end of all that. He's good. He's ready to go home. I remember the day we got to go home, they're telling us just like everything. And he's like, all right, well, you guys need to be on the alert for cerebral palsy in him. He may not ever walk on his own. He may not ever talk on his own. Like just all this stuff. And like whole time I'm like, bro, I rebuke every single thing that you just said to me. Just so much prayer, so much dependence on the Lord in that moment. I could have cared less about football at the time. Just like all my focus was just on Kai. And I mean, you know, y'all see him now. He's 7 years old. He looked like he's 13. I think all that just put some steroids in him or something, because he, you know what I'm saying, he just defied the odds. You know what I mean? But it was just truly nothing but the Lord in that situation. And then just going into my senior year, bro, like when he got home and he was good and we was like just creating our family, like it was just so dope to see. And, you know, Taylor was holding it down at the crib and our apartment. Like that's when I knew like I wanted her to be my wife, because just how she just ran the household. And, you know, like that moment like started off so scary, but it like just created this different type of motivation for me. So like every time I went to practice, every time I went to workouts, every time I did something football related, I'm like, man, if my son just did that, he was 3 days old, like this ain't nothing. Like I can just, and I just wanted to be great for him. And you know, I went on to have my best year as Ohio State Buckeye. And, you know, I couldn't have written the story any better. You know what I mean? And like I said, like the Lord just had his hands just over the entire situation, bro. And it panned out for the better. Panned out for the better. Absolutely. Seeing it's just so awesome to look back on it, because every year that boy have a birthday, like it just do something to me, bro. It really does, because every year on May 27th, I think about us being in that hospital, and I think about the boy that he is now, wanting to go play football, going to want to box and wrestle with me, and like I don't know, it's just every day. You know, sometimes I just take it for granted, because you know parenthood is tough. And you know, just the long hours and days of, you know, just a boy with that much energy, sometimes it gets annoying. And like, but at the end of the night, it's like, if it was a bad day or a good day, I'm like, man, I just want to hug him one more time, just because I was told from qualified doctors that he wasn't supposed to be here.
What's up, Eagles fans? Welcome back to Meet the Prospect here on PhiladelphiaEagles.com. I'm Fran Duffy. Today, we're going to take a look at Ohio State wide receiver Parris Campbell, one of the most explosive athletes in this 2019 NFL draft.
I was projected to go first round, so we went all in. Night one, had my fit all out, got shirts made, like we were locked in. Camera crew, ESPN, everybody was there. You know, ultimately, I don't end up getting picked. It was a night where I went away from everybody, went into the room that we were staying in, and I was just like, it was just sitting there, me and the Lord, bro, and I was just praying. I'm like, God, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't know what you're doing. I thought I was supposed to go tonight. I was supposed to do this, do that, be this, you know, but it's not your will. It's not your will. So whatever your will is, just let it be done. And, you know, next day, Ended up getting drafted second round, 59th pick to the Indianapolis Colts, and shoot, we had a party. We had a party, man. It was just perfect timing. In the moment, it was nothing better. It was one of the best experiences of my life. You know, aside from my kids being born, that's up there for sure. All the pain, all the blood, all the sweat, all the tears, all the denial that I went through from Pee-wee to high school to college, like it was just like it all just flashed between my eyes, and you know, ultimately I had reached my dream. At the time, I didn't know, but I know now that like I couldn't have got there without the Lord, and I couldn't have got there without the people around me. You know what I mean?
But you know, actually stepping in his locker room, you know, it's kind of seeing the guys. It's kind of, you know, a humbling experience, but also, you know, it's here now, so it's time to go to work.
Hey, fastest man on the planet.
Oh, it is recording. Oh, wow.
Say hello.
Hi, everybody. My name's Michael Pittman.
Junior.
Yes, Junior, and I am Parris's friend.
Look at all my
First 3 years, I dealt with buttload of injuries. My first year, I had 3 different surgeries in 1 year. Broke my hand, broke my foot, had hernia surgery. It was funny though, because like every time something good would happen, like I'd take like 3 steps forward and then take like 5 steps back. And then ultimately that would end my rookie year. So, you know, it wasn't the rookie year that I thought I was gonna have. Every time I was on the field, I would make plays, but I just couldn't stay healthy. Get to year 2, I kid you not, I was in the best shape of my life. Like, I was going into that league like just determined. Like, I showed flashes, but I know I can just be this elite player, man. Like, I know it. My relationship with the Lord was like super lukewarm. It was like, I don't know, I just felt like I could do it on my own. You know what I mean? I feel like I didn't really need him. Like, everybody has that moment in the league where it's like the confidence just goes to the roof, and you're like, all right, I know I can play in this league. And then it's like you just start stacking. And that was my moment. I'm like, man, I can ball, like I can hoop in this league. And boom, week 2 versus Minnesota Vikings at home opener game. First play of offense, I get a jet sweep to the right. Harrison Smith comes down, bro, full head of steam. Take my knee out, torn MCL, torn PCL, missed the rest of the year. And like I said, super high, super low. So end up missing the rest of that year, and that was a pivotal moment for me, not only in my career but in my life, and in my walk. It was just the toughest thing of my life. Like, honestly, like the way my recovery was going, I honestly thought that I would never play ball again. We were like 3 months post-op, and I couldn't bend my knee past 90 degrees. I couldn't even get it close to 90 degrees. I would be like screaming and yelling when he's like doing these knee things, when he's just cranking on my knee. And like, I have elderly ladies coming to me like, it's gonna be okay, like, you're okay, you got this. And I'm like, bro, what is my life right now? Like, what is going on? I got to a point where I was like, nothing is working. So I went to both our physical therapists and the head athletic trainer, and I told them, I'm like, guys, I gotta talk to y'all, because nothing is happening. I'm not making any progress. Like, I honestly don't think it's meant for me to come back. I honestly think it's meant for me to be done. They're like, just take a couple days. Like, just take a couple days. Don't come to rehab. Don't come in the building. Like, just take some time off. Just go chill with your family. Try to relax. Try to just get your mind off things. And so I take those 2 days, and I go back to rehab. It was just like something just like switched in my head, man. And I was praying, but I wasn't like really doing the work. I wasn't, like I said, I was just kind of lukewarm at this time. But like something just switched in me, and I'm like, it kind of changed from being the victim to like, all right, no, I gotta solve this problem. Like, I'm like, let's go do something about it. Like, let's get motivated again. Like, let's come back from this injury. Like, show people that you can come back. But going into year 3, that training camp, I'm coming off the knee injury. That training camp was brutal, bro. Like I just didn't feel like myself. I'm trying to, you know, figure out how to run again, trying to figure out how to play ball again. By the time we got to the season, like, I really kind of hit the ground running. You know, T.Y. was out at the beginning of the year, and I was starting. I was on the outside, like, just balling, bro. Like, okay, I can play on the outside and the inside. Like, oh yeah, like, I stay healthy, I'm gonna be all right. That's like, that's all I told myself. I'll stay healthy, I'm gonna be all right. I guess my reasoning and like my motivation was just all self. Like, I was just so like, it was just about me. I was just so in that, consumed in the football world. Like, I was like, no, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta get this, I gotta have these stats, I gotta make this play. Like, I was just so consumed about myself. Following week, I'm playing Houston Texans at home. DB lands on my foot, breaks the same exact foot that I broke my rookie year. When I caught the touchdown, I felt my foot like shift. But like, you know, when your adrenaline's rushing, like, you don't really feel anything. So I felt that feeling, but it didn't hurt. I realized in that moment, when I say it was a pivotal year for me, is because, bro, the Lord was trying to get my attention. Like, he put these injuries in the places that they needed to be. He was like, Parris, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, your success, what you're trying to do, what you're standing for is for the wrong reasons. And if it doesn't include me, then it's not right. I kid you not, I started to be in my word, started to fellowship. Me and Taylor started Bible studies. And like, I was like, no, I gotta shift my focus. Because if I focus on him, all this other stuff gonna get taken care of. But if I'm focused on this and he's a back burner, then this is gonna deteriorate in itself. I truly believe that the Lord would show me highlights of what it could look like if I was doing it the right way. And when I did, and when I would make a big play or I would have a good game, and I was all about me, he was like, I gave it to you, I'm just gonna take it away. Our God, the God that we serve, is a jealous God. And when you put anything else in front of him, idols, money, success, but he gonna take it away. It came from him anyway, so he gonna take it away. And I just, like, he made me realize that. My whole goal going into my 4th year with the Colts, I was like, I just want to play 17 games. That was my prayer. Like, I started to change routines. I started to do daily words on Twitter. And that was just like, I would put a daily word on Twitter just to encourage somebody. Like, just to put it out there and be like this is what it's about. People see me and they see me in these games. I want them to see you. I want it to be for your glory, not mine. Like, allow me to remove my will, and what's not of your will and it doesn't match my, like, remove it completely from my life. Like, I don't even want it if it's not your will. And like, literally, that's what I was praying. That's how me and him was just talking, and I would like just praise him and just like give him all the glory in every single thing that I did, bro. And should I had the best year of my career. I went on to have 60 catches, almost 700 yards, 4 touchdowns, like, but like not one time did I like get caught up in that again. Like, yeah, I did it. It was like, nah, he did it. I don't know, man. That 4th year, like, it really just transformed me as a Christian, as a believer, as a follower of Christ. As a husband, as a father, just everything. Now, like, I'm in year 7, and the years after that year didn't go the way that I wanted them to go. But like my mission is just so much bigger than football now. And like, yeah, I still love the game, and you know, I like to play football. I love to play football, but like, I just go in with a whole different mentality now. Like, Jesus, if it's your will, I know it's gonna be done. And that explains my year with the Eagles last year. But it's just like, it's not up to me. Like we were talking earlier, like it's not about me. I'm just the person that wear the jersey. I feel like the Lord is like asking me, like, what are you gonna do with it? Like, I've given you this platform. What are you gonna do with it? And so every day I just try to, I don't know, I'm where I am now in my walk, like I'm just so consumed in like pleasing the Lord. You know what I mean? Like, everything I do, I want it to please him. And even when I fall short, like, I want to feel sick. Like, when I sin, I want to hurt. I want to stay up at night because I know that I did something wrong. Like that's like, I pray, I say, Lord, like, allow me to hate sin like you hate sin. Like, I want to feel the way you feel. Like, allow me to love how you love. Like, I know I can't love like how you look, but like, I just want, you know what I mean? Like, I just really want to be on one accord with the Lord, bro. I want to just be so locked in with him, and like that nothing can shake me. And even when something does shake me, I know that it's gonna be okay and it's for a reason. So just to touch on last season a little bit, I really didn't know what that offseason would look like in terms of interest from teams, because I just came off a season when I was with the Giants. The season didn't go that well. I didn't have that much film, so I didn't know if teams would be interested in me or not. Philly ended up calling late in the offseason and ended up signing. So at the third preseason game, they had to make initial 53-man cuts. Sitting in our townhome in Pennsylvania, and get a call from a Philly number in the afternoon on a Saturday. And shocked, couldn't believe. Answered the phone, and it's one of the scouts, and they asked me to come to the facility to meet with the GM, Howie Roseman. He says, Parris, we're going to let you go. We're going to be releasing you. Okay. Didn't really know how to feel. It was kind of my first time. Well, no, not kind of. Was my first time, I guess, being rejected and kind of being fired from my job. So they asked me to come back and sign to practice squad. And I remember I was sitting in the office and he asked me, he was like, yeah, we want you to come be part of practice squad. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, absolutely not. Like, bro, you're tripping. Like, I'm a good player. I played in this league. You know, this is my 6th year in the NFL. Like, I've made plays. Like, I deserve more than practice squad. But that was my ego talking. And so I remember telling them no. My agent ends up calling me. He's like, Parris, they're asking me again, like, if you want to, you know, do practice squad, if you want to sign a practice squad. I'm like, no. Like, I'm cool. Like, you can tell them. I said no. He's like, you're sure? I'm like, absolutely. Like, tell them no. He's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, at the moment, I don't know. But, you know, probably give me a few weeks. I mean, I'll figure out. Like, we're not pressed right now. Like, we can go some time. Like, I don't have to. Like, we're good. And he's like, okay, well, you know, I'm going to tell him you said no. I'm like, all right, cool. Hung up the phone. Obviously, I start praying. And I tell the Lord straight up, word for word, this is my prayer. I said, Lord, if you want this door of football to be closed, then keep the door closed. But if it's not time for it to be closed, then find a way to open it back up. And that was my prayer. 10 minutes later, Nick Sirianni calls me, head coach from the Eagles. It didn't matter what Nick said on that phone. That was just confirmation from the Lord that was an answered prayer. Parris, you prayed, I'm opening the door back up. Something else is in store. I used to get mad. They used to have us come in on Saturdays before the game and lift weights. I'm like, bro, I'm year 6 vet in the NFL. What am I doing? Like, what? Like, come on. I'm like, Lord, you told me to come back here. So I have no choice but to put my faith in you, because I'm only in this position because I prayed and you answered a prayer, period. And like, I was praying bold prayers to the Lord. Like, it was like, you know how like sometimes it's like when you pray and like you're submissive and you're like kind of, I don't want to say scared, but you're just like that's the Almighty God I'm talking to. Like, let me kind of direct my prayers a little different. Bro, I was like praying like aggressively, like, Lord, I'm here because of you. Like, you told me to come back to this. So like, please, like, you got to make something work. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I'm just here. After church, somebody stops me in the parking lot. Like, you got a second? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, I have a cousin back home where he's from. He's like, he loves the Eagles. He watches the Eagles all the time. But I've been trying to get him to come to church. And I was like, oh yeah, really? He's like, yeah, man, he just wouldn't budge. He wouldn't budge. He's like, he watched your interview last week and heard your testimony about, you know, how you stay locked in. He's like, he's all for Jesus now. And I was like, what? So it was just, in that moment, I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. Like, I see what you're doing. It's not about me. It's about the people that I can reach. If I gotta be that puppet, if I gotta be that person that Jesus pawns around, and I gotta go through this stuff, but then come out like this, like for other people to, by all means, like I say, have your way. Let your will be done. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a testimony. And I truly believe that like some people are given a platform for a reason. And bro, I've come across the best players in the NFL, bro. Like the best. The ones that make the most money, the ones that have the most following. And it's just like, what if everything you did was about the Lord? Like, if you're a big time player, you got 4 million followers on Instagram. If everything you was doing about the world, think about how many people you would touch, bro. Because ultimately, that's our goal. As believers of Christ, we're called to be disciples. I feel like everybody has their own personal calling, don't get me wrong. But I feel like as a family and as the children of God, we are all called to be disciples. And if you can disciple you can disciple me, I can disciple you, bro, then ultimately everyone's going to know the word. And at that point, if you don't accept it, you're in denial, then you're just in denial. But it's our job to get the word out. I've been blessed to make it far and see a lot of different things, bro. And to be a Super Bowl champion and all this stuff. I'm friends with some of the wealthiest people in the NFL. But it's like, that stuff does not fulfill you. The money, the cars, the people that live those lifestyles where it's women, like whatever it is, like it just does not fulfill you, bro. There's just one true thing that can fulfill you, and that's the Lord. And now it's like every locker room that I walk into, like I just want to I want it to be that. You know what I mean? I want to share the gospel. I want to sit and have Bible study. I want to sit and talk. Like that's my goal. Like, and I don't want people to get it confused, because like football is still what I do, but the Lord is like, that's who I serve. Like when I'm not doing that, I feel sick. When I'm not in the Word, I feel like I'm not myself. I was talking to my dad not too long ago, and I was just like, Dad, I want to be on one accord with the Lord. I want to be like His best friend. I want to be able to like just hear Him when He like. I want that. And I'm talking to him, and he's like, P, you are that. Do you hear what you're saying? Like, the fact that you feel like that, and the fact that when you feel like you don't do it the right way, that you're sick to your stomach, or you like you're yearning for that, you got it. But it's just like, that's how I got it. It got me that fire, that burning, that passion, that love, like, cause he see our hearts. I've seen how He worked, you know what I mean, and I've seen how He personally worked in my life, and I know He can work the same in everybody else's life. Even when somebody feel like they're in the just the bottomless pit, like when they feel like they're in hell already, like, no, like you accept Jesus. It's not easy, but trust and believe. Like he just always found a way. So I switched my whole mindset. I started coming in the building 5 a.m. I'm getting in the cold tub early, getting my body worked on, getting like just trying to like put some positive, like just change what I'm doing. Like, and then we clinched the playoffs. And then the week after we clinched the playoffs, they called me into the meeting. They were like, yeah, Parris, our plan is to make you active for the playoffs. And bro, I like lost it in front of my coach. I'm like start clapping, but I'm like praising the Lord. I'm like praising the Lord. And it was just a cool moment for me, bro, because just through it all, you know, they activated me for the playoffs. I got to play in every single playoff game. I got to play in the Super Bowl. And it was just the Lord. And just like looking back on it, I was done. I was going to retire. I was literally done. And you know, when you just put your faith and your trust in the Lord, the outcome is always better. Because if you would have told me at the beginning of that year, after I got cut, somebody who came in that room like, yeah, you're gonna be a Super Bowl champion and you're gonna play in every single game, I'd have looked at you like you was crazy. You know what I mean? So, you know, His outcome and His way is always better. Now, yeah, and shoot, I got this opportunity with the Dallas Cowboys, which, believe it or not, I was a Dallas Cowboys fan growing up. So this is, it just comes full circle. So being in that locker room, having a star on my helmet is it's so surreal. It's really a dream come true, childhood dream. I literally have books from when I was a kid about, like, we used to get custom books made about me being on the Dallas Cowboys, and it's just so crazy. In terms of football, like, I'm just trying to go to work every single day and be the best version of me. And like I pray this prayer every day. I'm like, Lord, whatever you want to happen, allow it to happen. Like, obviously I want to make the team. Obviously I want to be a part of the roster and all this stuff. Of course I have goals. I have visions for this year. But I said, Lord, if it's not your will, it's not your will. But if it is, you gonna make a way. So you know, like, I'm still gonna work my butt off. I'm still gonna train my butt off. But you know, like I said, like, it's up to Him. It really is up to Him, and I'm just trying to be a vessel in that locker room. I'm trying to change lives. I'm trying to touch people. I'm trying to get people to know Him, and yeah, that's my job description. Catch footballs on the side. We'll be on planes coming from away games. Like, we'll start off with a crazy conversation, like have nothing to do with Jesus. Probably talk about something we shouldn't be talking about. I just saw people become curious, and you know, like, that's the Lord. The Lord tells us to be childlike in our faith, and that curiosity is childlike. I had to realize too, is like when I'm talking to other people and I'm trying to, you know, proclaim Jesus to other people, is that everybody go through their walk at different times, and everybody find Him at different times. And at the end of the day, all of us, we're not the ones that's changing people anyway. We're just planting the seeds. We're all still growing, and that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. There's only one perfect human to walk this earth. And, you know, we're all trying to be like Him. But ultimately, it's impossible. So it ain't no point of, you know, stressing yourself out over it. But cause just continue to still do the work, man. And, you know, that's what I've been trying to do. For sure. My career hasn't been what I've drawn it up to be. But it's been so much more. It's been so much more fulfilling than I ever could have thought. And, yeah, man, like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just a Jesus loving, Jesus serving dad and husband who play football.
That's awesome. I think that's a wrap, bro.
Cool, you need to cut. Cool, man. Cool. Dang, my legs are
You
asleep.
killed it.